Welcome back to Insomnia Art. The subject for today is the Devious Pokemon team of Team Sleep. Now, this is a project I did some years back, and it was met with strange but altogether positive results, where I would pick a hero or villain from comic book lore, maybe Marvel, DC, Image, and I would team them up with a Pokemon that would complement their particular skill set. I did one where Poison Ivy was the team leader for Bulbasaur. I think it was Hitmonchan was with Iron Fist. This time around, I want to go with something a little different. So I was trying to think outside the box and say, who can I team up with Morpheus, the god of sleep, the Sandman, as it were, in this weird, strange, infinitely emo perfection character. And I was like, who would be the better contrast? Who would be the best contrast? And then I came up with the idea of, why not Jigglypuff? I mean, one thing I love about Jigglypuff, and this is mostly from the anime, is that Jigglypuff is a simple ball of a creature, but is extremely dangerous to all that's involved. Because of its nature, it's the Pokemon that can lull you to sleep with this melodic song. It's Jigglypuff. I would sing it, but I'm not going to do it. And the funny thing about Jigglypuff is he's kind of an EMP. It's where the heroes and the villains are doing their thing and they're Pokemon fighting, and someone just airdrops a Jigglypuff into the situation, and everyone freaks out because they know if you listen to the song for more than 3 seconds, you're going to fall asleep. And Jigglypuff then goes upon his merry way. So I wanted to put this team together as a dynamite team sleep, where you have the veritable god of sleep and dreams teaming up with the one Pokemon who can best facilitate his skill set, because you have to be asleep for Morpheus to really get at you. But that could be wrong because, truth be told, I haven't read much of the Sandman series by Neil Gaiman, even though I've heard that it's amazing. It is something I haven't come along, but it's been on the periphery of my comic book understanding him and Death character. It just seems like a very interesting world they've painted. It's the thing I eventually have to just sit down and read. But Sandman to me is in the same vein as like Preacher, where it's just so dense, where it's like you have to really dedicate a moment of your life to this book. It's like people ask me, why don't you get into One Piece, anime? It's like, it's hundreds of episodes. It's like getting into Doctor Who, it's just, where do you start? And that's kind of my excuse for not getting into Sandman. But I know enough about the character, and I love the design, so it's something I wanted to do. And I love his kind of, if Tim Burton was actually a secret god of dreams, this is what he would look like, just draped in all black, and this looks kind of manic for the most part, teamed up against this beautiful ball of pink love, which is Jigglypuff, and its song and just altogether happy demeanor at all times. So I love doing these kind of mix-ups and mashups of different characters and understanding ideas, and I'm definitely going to be doing more in the future. It just depends on if the mood strikes. Now, as always, I was fighting with this background, just kind of, how did I want it to look? I wanted it to look kind of dreamy, like the Sandman Overture, but I didn't want to draw too much attention to the background and not enough to the characters. So here I am laying some flats and kind of fleshing out these characters and getting an idea of how I want my shadows to fall and things like that. And I kind of wanted the idea of the Morpheus character's Pokeball to be more like just covered in sand. He just lets it, he doesn't throw it, he just kind of lets it fall. And I thought that was a pretty cool idea to have it like in a river of sand, because that's really his modus operandi. Then here comes coloring Jigglypuff, and the thing about Pokemon characters is that they're so simple. So it's the Simpsons thing, where it's like, you think Bart Simpson would be really easy to draw, but no, it's extremely hard to draw, because it's one of those precise things. And with that being said, I'm wrapping up this video. Love doing this image, and it was a ton of fun, and more to come. Just kind of think of some new designs. and some new team ups. So I hope you like it. This is Mike signing off from Naval Cosmos, and I'll be talking to you later. Peace out.